My husband got jealous over the girl he led on for years at our wedding. I, 25 female, got married to my husband, 24 male. We'll call him Jim. A week ago, after dating for 2.5 years. Jim has a friend called Misha, 22 female, who was invited to the wedding. He and Misha have known each other since high school and were close friends. And Misha had a very obvious crush on Jim from what he and others know and what they've told me. Jim told me this after I met Misha for the first time and confessed that he leaned in to her crush and led her on throughout her high school years and for a little while after. Before we got together because he was struggling with his mental health and he really liked her attention. He seemed genuinely guilty about all of that because he thought Misha was a nice girl and a good friend. And because he showed guilt, I didn't feel the need to bring it up or argue about it, despite thinking it was a really crappy thing to do. Plus, Misha is a nice girl who's never overstepped boundaries and has been nothing but kind and friendly toward me, and I now consider her a friend too. So Misha moved away to the city last year and has done really well for herself. She has a long-term boyfriend who none of us have met yet, so when it came to sending wedding invites, I told her she was welcome to bring him as her +1. The first red flag came when Jim was weirdly resistant to the idea of Misha bringing her boyfriend, but he excused it on being concerned about the number of guests we invited, and the matter was dropped. When the wedding day came, Misha showed up in this beautiful dress. Nothing inappropriate for a wedding. And with her boyfriend on her arm, who I'll admit is a very handsome guy. Think a Kit Harington type. She also lost a lot of weight and has a haircut that suits her better, and I thought she looked great. We found out throughout the night that her boyfriend is very successful and earns more than practically anyone else who attended. Throughout the reception, I noticed Jim glaring at Misha and her boyfriend the whole time, and he was really cold and short toward her when she came over to congratulate us and give us a gift. He was also straight up kind of rude to her boyfriend when Misha introduced us to him. When his mom, who's always known and liked Misha, mentioned that she was glad Misha found a great guy and praised her boyfriend for being so nice, Jim snapped that
at least she won't be desperate and hung up on me for the rest of her life.
I thought that was cruel and uncalled for, but I didn't challenge him because I didn't want to argue at my wedding, despite the fact that he frankly sounded bitter. The whole thing has left an awful taste in my mouth, and I can't help but think that Jim got jealous that Misha has found a guy who's honestly quite a catch and who she clearly is very in love with and now is completely over Jim. Half update, after getting some PMs from people, I decided to go through his phone while he was napping after work, and needless to say, this marriage is over. I'll post a real update when I have sorted everything out. So we do have an update.